Talking UCLA football with Tony Siracusa from Last Word on College Football. Tony joins us just about as much as I can track him down because, as you can tell, he's got great insight into UCLA and the national scene as well. I'm fascinated by this program. I'm not just saying this because you're on, Tony. I've said this a number of times. This program fascinates me more than any program in the country because I know what Alabama and Ohio State, USC are.
Sure.
I know what some other programs are. I've got a read on just about everybody. UCLA, based on the locale, I'm going to go back to the locale as being prominent and the name UCLA.
Sure.
That I would just think that this is a sleeping giant.
Been a sleeping giant for a long time. You're right. The location is stunning. The campus is amazing. It's 15 minutes from the beach. It, nestled beautifully into the Bel Air, Beverly Hills, area of Los Angeles. It's got tremendous upside. It's got a huge student population. It's got 30,000 students. Everything is there, and yet they can't get out of their own way sometimes. They had a window when USC was on probation and fumbling around with the NCAA. There was a window there, and UCLA didn't grab it. They didn't grab it to own it. Rick Neuheisel taking out an ad in the LA Times saying, the monopoly in college football in LA is over. It's now a Bruin town. That sounds good, but if you remember, in Neuheisel's last game, it was against SC, and UCLA got beat 50-0 at the Coliseum. So the words, were kind of hollow. I look at there's also an issue at UCLA with fan expectation. There are a lot of fans, and I know this is so cliche for Southern California, but they're really pretty chill about things. You got two professional baseball teams in the area with the Angels and Dodgers. You got the Ducks and the Kings. You got the Clippers and the Lakers. You got the Dodgers and Angels. You got, all of these things. And you got SC, which, when they're good, will draw 70,000 plus to the Coliseum. UCLA averages 65,000. It's kind of laid back. It's very low key. And then there are people on the other side who want UCLA to push harder. They want the fans to expect more. You see them on the fan boards going, what is wrong with you people? You should be demanding more. You'll never get it if you don't demand. It's interesting. We talk about maybe, Jim Mora being on the move. And I think you have to look at what other job openings are going to be there in college football in the coming year. You have Nebraska or Washington State. If Mike Leach doesn't follow his athletic director to Nebraska, then you have a Nebraska opening. You've got clearly Tennessee, Butch Jones is, probably on the way out even within a week or so. Maybe Arkansas, Oregon State. Where do you compete in that? And, it's funny. I take a look at what's going on at Tennessee. And Butch Jones took over a program that was a dumpster fire. And he built it up. He's had back-to-back 9-win seasons, but he hasn't progressed beyond that. And he's on his way out the door. If Jim Mora had back-to-back 9-win seasons right now, Dan Guerrero would give him a 5-year contract extension. So you look at that expectation game, and there's a part of UCLA fan base that's just kind of always been willing to take whatever UCLA gives them. We hope for the best kind of mentality. We'll be there through thick and thin, ride or die, whatever cliches they can come up with for the fan base, and they'll be there. They may not be there in as big a biggest setting. May only draw 65,000, for a game against Oregon, this weekend. But I think that there's a window, and I think that all of this, whether it's Mora, whether it's the assistant coaches, the direction of the program, they're at a crossroads right now. This moment in the coming weeks, if you're going to make a change or not, or if you're going to go with what you got, because to UCLA's credit, they have ramped up the out-of-conference schedule. They had a home and home against Texas A&M. That's great. In the coming years, they have a home and home with Oklahoma, LSU, Georgia. This is big time. So whatever it is that you're going to do, whatever direction it is you're going to take as a program, you need to take it right now commit to it 100%, whatever it takes, whether it's recruiting, whether it's changes on the staff, and you need to own it going forward because you're about to take a step into big boy land in college football.